4 in your packet. Remember, I have an email that I would send out, and I put all of the links, all of the learning links that would help you with your ECRI, with anything else that we might have, okay? Let's see here. So for our ECRI, remember, it is so important to learn to read because we read every single place we go. So make sure that you're practicing in your head and out loud every single day. In this ECRI that we have, you can go online and Mrs. Butler can help you with it. You can practice it at home by yourself without anybody's help. So remember, you point to the word, you think about it, and when you're ready, you slide your finger fast and you say it the fast way too, without sounding it out. Sound it out in your head. Be ready to say the word when you slide your finger. And you do that one time all the way through. When you're done with that, you practice in your head. Point to the word, read it. Point to the word, read it. After you've done that with all the sounds and words, then you go back. And then you've got your silly read where you're mad, super mad, really mad. Okay? You can do that out loud. Look at the word, look at the sound, read it like you're mad. When you're done with that, then I want you to look at the words and think of as many words as you can to use in 2 different sentences. Don't forget capital letters, correct spacing. Don't forget punctuation at the end, and go back to look to make sure that all your words are spelled correctly, especially if they're on the page, and that your sentence makes sense. If your sentence doesn't make sense, it makes it hard to read, and probably that's not the point of writing sentences. You want to write a sentence so that way your readers know what you're talking about. When you're done, turn the page, and that's when you're going to practice your decodable reader. So it looks something like this, and don't forget, read it through by yourself. Then you go back and highlight all the irregular words, and then you read the story again, and then you think about, what is this story mainly about? That's really, really important when you're reading, to understand what you're reading, because why read if you don't understand it, right? Usually we read to help us learn something, or maybe to even follow directions. So if you're having a hard time understanding, then you have to read it again. Try to make sense out of it, or ask an adult, okay? And then you write about it. What is it mainly about? Okay, so now it's time for spelling. Today you're gonna write your words just 5 times each, regular, okay? Just regular. Your spelling words are brook, shook, stood, and wither. This piece right here. Just write it down. All right, then it's time for your STEM challenge. This is sort of exciting because today's the day that you actually start to think about your STEM challenge. So this week, your STEM challenge is to design a vehicle for the tortoise to use in the race. And your job is to test and improve on the design to make it move as fast as possible. So this is when you're gonna look around your house or outside and use anything you can to make a vehicle. It's like a car or something like that, okay? Or a wagon, I don't know, bike. That'd be really cool. So today's the day that you take this little guy out, your STEM flip book. And we're gonna be doing number 1 and number 2. So you're gonna be thinking about ideas. So the first one, make sure you write your name on it. The first one says, what is your challenge? So you need to think about what I just read. If you forgot, you can go back to the beginning of the packet, and it has the partner play. That's where it says the challenge. So you can read that again. You write down what your challenge is right here. And then think about, who am I going to work with? Who am I going to collaborate with? So, am I going to do it with my family, or am I going to do it by myself? Which is totally fine. My brother, my sister, my cousin. Who are you going to work with? And then you're going to think about some ideas. What kind of vehicle? Write as many words as you can there. And then you're going to brainstorm ideas. You're going to write, you're going to draw pictures or write words. Just think of as many different ideas as you can. If you run out of room here, you can use all of this, okay? Then you turn the page. And then, this is sort of exciting, you get to go back and choose the very best idea. So, you choose it, draw, and write about it. If you run out of room here, you can use this. What materials are you going to use around your house? This is a good time for you to ask your family, can I use this, Mom and Dad? Or do you have any ideas? Make sure you don't use something without asking first. You don't want to ruin something. And then, what is your plan to make it? Write it down. I'm excited for this one. This is exciting. Okay, so when you're done with that little guy, it's time for your plant journal. So this is your writing. Find your plant, check it out, draw a picture of it, and write about it. If it's outside, go outside and take a look-see. If it's inside, make sure it has enough water, okay? Not too much water. Now it's time for math, the last part of your day. All right, if you are a junior, you are going to be doing Chapter 8, Lesson 4. Sort of exciting. You guys are going to be using a 100 chart to add. And there's actually a hundreds chart in your book, so that's pretty cool. So you can use that. But you're going to flip to the next page, 456. It says, use a hundreds chart to add. Count on by ones or tens. Okay, so it says 42 plus 7 right here. I go ahead and find 42 first. 42. And how many do I count on? Well, since we're adding 7, I'm going to count 7 on. So 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I landed on 49. So the answer, 42 plus 7 more, is 49. That's what I would use. This is another strategy. Yesterday you had a strategy where you were drawing it out using sticks for the tens. This is another strategy we use with the number line. I think we've already done this in class a couple times. So, just with the big numbers, and that's exciting. So on this one, right here, number 2, you start with 57, but you notice it's adding 30, and 30 is actually 3 groups of 10. So instead of counting 30, you don't have to. You can go to 57 right down here, and you can actually go down the number line tens. So you could go 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, and your answer would be 87. That'll save you a lot of time. See if you can use that today when you're working on this. So do this page and this page, and if you need more practice or if you have time, go ahead and do the rest of the lesson. It'll be awesome. If you don't have time, no biggie. Okie doke. If you're a senior, you're going to be doing